He was so unlucky. While rock climbing, he had an accident and fell into a deep, narrow canyon along with a huge boulder. To make matters worse, his right hand got stuck under the rock. Jimmy's first reaction was to yank his right hand out with all his might. However, not only did the rock not budge, it actually tightened its grip. Next, he tried lifting the boulder with his left hand. But no matter how hard he strained, the stone remained unmovable. Since his hand strength wasn't enough, he decided to use his entire body. He rammed into the rock and kicked at it, but it was all in vain. Instead, he only managed to drain his energy. Jimmy was in utter despair because outside the canyon stretched an endless desert with no signs of human life for miles around. If he wanted to survive, he'd have to save himself. After resting for a bit, Jimmy took out all the tools from his backpack and realized the only thing that might be somewhat useful was this small knife. So he picked up the small knife, preparing to slowly chip away at the rock bit by bit. Hours passed, and he had only managed to scrape off a small amount of rock dust. His left hand was aching unbearably. In a moment of carelessness, he dropped the knife into a crevice on the ground. When he tried to pick it up with his hand, he couldn't reach it. He had no choice but to find a tree branch and bend it. Finally, after relentless effort, the knife was hooked and Jimmy successfully retrieved it. Having been trapped for so long, the blood circulation in his right hand was cut off, leaving it numb. Even when he poked it with the knife, he felt no pain. If he wanted to save this hand, his only option was to keep chiseling at the rock. He chipped away until midnight. The rock remained intact, but Jimmy was exhausted. He quickly took a sip of water to quench his thirst, but he didn't dare drink too much. He only took tiny sips, because there was less than half a canteen left, which could keep him alive for 3 days at most. When dawn broke, Jimmy prepared to continue chipping at the rock. However, from chiseling for so long, the knife had become too dull to be of further use. At this point, Jimmy braced himself for the worst-case scenario. The straw of his water bag was wrapped in a strip of cloth. As long as he pulled out the straw, the cloth strip could be used as a tourniquet. That's right. He was now planning to use this blunt knife to cut off his own right hand.